Kane, at 150 odd for 2 there after 30, did you feel you had a good chance in that chase?
Yeah, I mean, I think we gave ourselves the best chance, but we still knew that starting on that surface was very difficult. So it would have been nice for Ross and myself to be able to take it further and maybe sort of bring it down to that 10 over mark where anything can happen. Credit to the way England bowled. They got a lot out of the surface. They bowled a very good area, very consistent, and made life difficult for us with the bat.
Do you think the surface changed between the 2 innings, or did England just bowl a bit better to get more out of it?
I think it changed a little bit, but certainly England bowled very, very well. If it maybe changed just a fraction, but the way they extracted it by cross seamers hitting the wicket hard, they're all big lads, and they pretty much hit that sort of maybe 6 metre length and create a little bit of variability out of the surface. So and didn't give us much at all, to be fair. So a lot of credit to the way they bowled and operated on that surface to extract what they did out of it.
Kane, it felt like your own dismissal was, pretty key to England's victory there. Can you just talk us through it, because you obviously seemed quite frustrated, look back at the pitch and stuff. Can you just talk us through, from your perspective, what happened?
Yeah, bounced a bit more than I expected and flicked my glove. It happens, it is a bit frustrating because we were getting a little bit of momentum with the bat, but I guess those things happen and you let them go and move on. But like I say, once again, the way that the English bowled, very consistent into that, I guess, sort of short of a length area, which made life quite tough to score.
What about the ball before? There was a ball before, I think, where Ross went to play a forward defensive, and it popped up and got him on the head. I mean, how difficult as batsman is it out there to kind of put that out of your mind and kind of focus on playing normally when the pitch does that? Yeah,
I mean, you sort of try and rely on the fact that it won't happen a lot, and that you have very good helmets. But I think the way he bounced back from that and got into strong positions was very good. I think if we take it back to the start of the game, I suppose at the halfway point we certainly thought we had a sniff, but we did think that it was perhaps an above par total. But the way that the English contributed throughout that innings meant that they bat very deep, meant that they were able to get a good score on the board, and you could sort of see signs that if you did hit a length hard, that you could get a little bit out of the surface, and the English obviously saw that and exploited that very well.
And obviously, I mean, you won the toss and put England in. That seems to be the way of 50 over cricket generally. Is today perhaps a lesson that's not necessarily just the easiest of things to do? Yeah.
Look, I think both teams were looking to have a bowl first with the weather around, and there was, we thought, enough grass on the surface to perhaps make it consistent. And it is always interesting the way that you adapt when you see how a surface plays, how you adapt in the second innings once you've learnt a little bit from it. And I think that was a big part of England's success today. They saw the way they played, but the way we bowled on it. And I thought we did a pretty good job with the ball. But they certainly stepped it up, learnt from the way we operated, and did it that much better, and made sort of batting quite difficult.
Last two.
Kane, just the overage for your innings was a bit slow. And
what was it? I knew it was. I was under the pump for a while there, but
yeah. Could you talk us through where you're looking at that, and are you nervous about implications that there could be for you, I guess, the team?
Yeah, I'm just going to avoid the umpires for a couple of days, and if they can track me down, then I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, there might have been a number of things that might have helped us out a little bit during that innings. Fingers crossed. I'm not sure what will come of it. We were certainly trying our best, but it kept sort of getting away from us a little bit, especially when you're under a bit of pressure and the batsmen are trying to take you down. So, look, I don't know at this stage, but I'm sure we'll be having a chat at some point.
Last one.
Can you do two?
Can you share the question? Just one. No, that's all right.
That's probably not a killer one. I was just going to ask. What I mean, you've seen a lot of good bowlers around the world. What do you make of Mark Wood, who's obviously got you out today? But what do you make of him generally as a bowler?
I think he's a very good bowler. Unique in the fact that he bowls at such good pace off maybe a 5 metre, 10 metre run up, which you don't see too much around the world, and he's performed very, very well for England over a period of time, especially coming back after injury on very good surfaces. So certainly a strength of their bowling attack.
Thank you.
Cheers.